So now let's go back to the more traditional, thinking around customer service. Talking about your frontline employees. There's a technique that, and there are different variations of it, but the one that I like using is what we call the last technique, as the case may be. And it stands for listen, apologize, solve, and thank. And this is very effective when it comes to dealing with irate customers. Listening is so critical. There's a reason why we have one mouth and two ears. It is so we can listen twice as much as we speak. And as frontline people, frontline employees, people who interact directly with customers, we need to learn to listen. And not just listen absently, but listen actively. When an irate customer comes to you, the customer is looking for, first and foremost, a place to vent. Again, emotions. They just want to vent. They want to leave you knowing that someone has heard me. Not just that they've, I've come to, blow some air. That, someone actually took the time and they allowed me to express how I felt. Listen effectively. Take notes if you need to. But ensure that the customer realizes and connects with the fact that you are listening to him or her. Secondly, apologize. Apologize. It doesn't take anything from you. It doesn't mean that you are in the wrong. Apologizing could simply mean that you're acknowledging that you have caused the customer to feel how they feel at that particular point in time. Doesn't mean that your processes are wrong or your policies are wrong, but something in your organization has caused the customer to feel the way they are feeling at that point in time. So apologize and let the sorry go beyond, oh, I'm sorry. It has to go beyond that. Remember, it's about emotions. People need to see that you are genuinely remorseful, as the case may be, for the emotion that the customer is going through at that point in time. But you need to draw a fine line here. Be careful not to change your policies for one customer if there's no need, if that need does not arise. If the need does arise, if the feedback comes and realize that you need to go back into your processes and change them, please do. Remember, the customer is the center of all you do. But your processes also guide the organization. So when I say apologize, I'm not necessarily saying all the time, apologize for your processes or your procedures. Apologize simply means that you're acknowledging how that customer feels and the role that your organization has played in how that customer feels at that point in time. A stands for acknowledge. Acknowledge how the customer feels. Remember, it's about emotions. Acknowledge that the feeling that they have at that point in time is real. Your customer is not stupid. You're all both just seeing different sides of the same coin. So it's important that you acknowledge that, what they feel at that point in time is what they feel. S stands for solve. Ensure that as much as possible that you solve the customer's problem. And where it is not within your power to solve at that point in time, let the customer know that and then refer them to a later time where, you get back to them with a solution. But it's important that your customer feels heard and that they leave you with some form of resolution. Lastly, thank your customer. The fact that your customer took the time to come back to you is very, very important. Feedback, they say, is a gift. Use feedback to build your organization. Feedback is what makes you better as an organization. Feedback is your customer's gift to you. So thank the customer for taking the time to come to you, even though they were angry as the case may be, thank them for giving you that feedback that not only improves your product or service, but improves the organization as a whole. So that is the last technique. Listen, acknowledge, solve, and thank. So we've just gone through effective customer service for Nigerian MSMEs. And I would leave you with one thing. Customer service is basically this. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. The way you would want to be treated, treat your customers that way. Ensure that the customer is and remains the center of your business, because that is what true customer service is.